Jae-won has been betrayed twice. By her husband, by her best friend. And now they're trying to take her daughter too. But this time, she doesn't cry. She prepares. When her husband comes home, his phone keeps lighting up with messages. He claims a friend urgently needs to see him and says he has to leave immediately. Jae-won watches him quietly. His acting is sloppy, transparent. She stops him at the door. No more pretending. She demands that he end his affair with her best friend. Seeing there's no point in denying it, he drops the mask. Coldly, he admits everything. Yes, they've been together for a long time. Yes, he used his twin brother's name as a cover. Yes, he lied. Then he says something even worse. He wants a divorce. He doesn't care about the property, she can keep it. But their daughter will stay with him. For a moment, Jae-won can't breathe. She asks him why. Why destroy their family like this? His answer is so cruel that it shatters what little hope she had left. Her emotions explode. She sweeps cups off the table, shattering them on the floor. Everything around her crashes. But he doesn't react. He just looks at her, detached, almost annoyed, and walks out. Jae-won collapses onto the floor. For the first time, she feels the full weight of losing everything. Even now, she doesn't truly want a divorce. As a mother, she has always tried to protect her family, to give her daughter a warm home. But her husband has already prepared the divorce papers. And worse, he plans to fight for custody. At work, she forces herself to stay composed. Director Yoon notices something is wrong. Meanwhile, her best friend has no shame. She openly admits that she publicly lied, saying her boyfriend was the husband's twin brother, just to divert attention. Now that the truth is out and the divorce is happening, she says she'll finally be with the man she loves. Forever. Director Yoon is stunned. He never imagined she would destroy a family so casually. But she fires back, suggesting that Director Yoon is hiding his own motives. Why did he really join this company? Jae-won consults a lawyer. Property division won't be the problem. Custody will. If her husband proves she is mentally unstable, he could legally take her daughter away. That word, unstable, hits her like a trigger. And suddenly she remembers something. Years ago, when she was overwhelmed with work and quietly taking psychiatric medication, she once met Director Yoon. At the time, he was working as a server. On the day of an event, she had planned to take her pills before going on stage, but in the rush, the pills spilled across the floor. Director Yoon quickly covered for her, discreetly hiding the situation. That's how he found out about her condition. Instead of judging her, he told her something unexpected. He had taken the same medication. He understood. They talked that day about art, about pressure, about survival. For the first time in a long while, her hands stopped shaking. She had promised to repay his kindness someday. But over time, she forgot. He didn't. More than 10 years later, she finally remembers, and the guilt weighs heavily on her. Just as she's processing this, her daughter's kindergarten teacher calls. There's been an incident. Her best friend showed up at the school. She stood outside the classroom watching her daughter. She told the teacher that from now on, she would be the one picking up the child. And this wasn't her first visit. Jae-won feels the ground shift beneath her. They didn't just steal her husband, they're reaching for her child. Her rage solidifies into something colder. She meets with the insurance agent and hands him a USB drive. There's more happening behind the scenes. A reporter recently obtained surveillance footage from a coffee shop. In the video, her best friend deliberately injures her own hand after breaking a glass. It looked staged. The reporter suspected mental instability and planned to expose her. He tried to bribe the insurance agent for information, but Jae-won had already secured his loyalty. The insurance agent ambushed the reporter, seized his computer, and shut the story down. At the same time, Director Yoon continues his investigation. He confirms that the best friend had contacted both of the husband's brothers, which raises a disturbing possibility. What if the husband was never impersonating anyone? What if something else is going on? When Director Yoon visits the police station about Baek Ju-won's fall, the officers dismiss it as suicide due to debt. Case closed. What he doesn't know is that someone powerful erased key evidence, the company chairman. Then comes the unveiling ceremony. The best friend's mural, a project she poured her heart into, is revealed to applause and admiration. Jae-won watches the praise silently. Then she steps forward. She hands her best friend a large bag of cash, payment in full. And without warning, she pours an entire bucket of paint across the mural. The artwork is destroyed in seconds. Gasps fill the room. At that exact moment, the police arrive. They arrest her husband on charges of leaking company secrets. As he's being led away, his phone rings. It's his lover's phone. But the voice on the other end isn't who he expects. It's Jae-won. Calm, controlled, and no longer the woman he thought he knew. This story is only getting darker. Subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. I will be back with the rest of the story soon.